we give you the facts. It's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
Yeah, watch Popeyes, mama. Where I watch?
Popeye.
Greetings viewers and subscribers. Do remember that this week, Saturday, November 23, it's all about different strokes. Tell them, Lady G.
Yes, my people, I want you all to check me out on the 23rd of November. The place to be at Waves Beach in the Grill. Yeah, with yours truly, Lady G, with a thing called Different Strokes. You know, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And you know, so DJ Marvin, I got dead. DJ Delana, you don't know the thing setting up. DJ Big Red, so massive I want to all for roll out. Cause you know the thing I got sold out. No care me name, no spread no rumor, show me enough respect, just come full joy on yourself. Lady G said that.
Don't miss it. So we have left the London Heathrow Airport and we are on our way to Birmingham. By now, you should know that I went to attend my brother's funeral. And thanks to all of the persons who have reached out with your kind words. They are indeed appreciated. Enough respect. In the news today, a 52-year-old security guard. He is facing criminal charges and prison time. His name is Anthony Black and he's contracted to a security company in Montego Bay. Anthony Black, he's living in the parish of St. James. Our information is that Anthony, he's based at a Cambio on the Fairview Shopping Center in Montego Bay. On Monday afternoon, November 18, about some minutes to 2 o'clock, Anthony, the security guard, he was on duty inside the Cambio when he was involved in a conflict with a 39-year-old taxi driver. It is said that the security guard, he pushed the taxi driver out of the Cambio. The taxi driver, he was arguing, but before Siki go back inside of the Cambio and call the police, if he felt threatened, what did Siki do? We are told that Siki, he followed the taxi driver into the parking lot, leaving his job site, the Cambio, unattended. They were still arguing in the parking lot when the taxi driver, he started to run away. What did this 52-year-old security guard do? He pulled his gun, pointed it at the taxi driver who was running away and bam! Hitting the taxi driver to the back of his left hand. And listen me now. Listen me. You notice I did not say anything about what is being alleged, and that is because CCTV footage captured everything and they supported what I just said. The taxi driver, he was rushed to hospital where he was treated and admitted. 52-year-old security guard Anthony Black, he was taken into police custody and his gun seized. He'll be charged and he'll be placed before the court shortly. Why may I tell you, you know. Now, in this next report, on Sunday, November 10, I brought you a story. For context, I'm going to be replaying that report and then I'm going to be giving you the latest update. Listen this. That lady on your screen, her name is Danielle Anglin. Danielle was a 29-year-old teacher at the St. Peter Claver Primary and Infant School in St. Andrew, but she lived at Hellshire in the Portmore area of St. Catherine. Early Monday morning, May 13 earlier this year, Danielle, she left her home to go to school. She left in a taxi being driven by a taxi driver named Lascelles Morgan. Lascelles, he was born on October 11, 1978, 46 years old, and he lived at Willowdene in the Spanish Town area of St. Catherine. Our information is that Danielle, she had been taking Lascelles' taxi for a while, but she did not know that Lascelles, he was a predator. Lascelles, he was deported from St. Lucia after he was convicted for sex crimes there, and he was also arrested and charged by the Jamaican police for sex crimes. On that fateful Monday morning, Lascelles, he abducted Danielle and he took her to Salt River in Clarendon, where he had his way with her, then killed her. In early June, Lascelles Morgan, he was taken into police custody. Lascelles, he was questioned by the police, who presented him with overwhelming evidence. Lascelles, he confessed to killing Danielle and he told the police where they could find her remains. Early Monday morning, June 3, Danielle's remains were found in Salt River, and Lascelles Morgan, he was arrested and charged for her murder. Lascelles, he's been housed at the Portmore Police Station, or as some persons call it, the 100-man police station. On Thursday morning, November 7, Lascelles, he was taken out of his cells and he was taken to the court in Clarendon to face his charges. Lascelles was remanded in custody and he was to be brought back to court on another day. But Lascelles, he decided that he might go take the easy way out. He was placed on the cell block and he went to use the bathroom. That area where he went to use the bathroom, it is screened off with plastic. We are told that the other detainees in the cells, they heard strange noise coming from the bathroom and they informed the police. The police, they went and made checks, and Lascelles, he was seen with pieces of his underwear tied to his neck and tied to a section in the bathroom. The police officers, they quickly released Lascelles and they rendered first aid to him. We are told that Lascelles' breath had stopped, but due to the first aid that the police rendered, he started breathing again. Lascelles, he was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was treated and admitted in a serious condition. Now, I know that a lot of you're gonna be saying it's a pity, and I cannot blame you. Well, I have good news for some and not so bad news for others, because on Monday morning, November 18, about some minutes to 10 o'clock, Lascelles Morgan, he was found unresponsive in his hospital bed. He was pronounced D3AD at 18 minutes to 10 o'clock Monday morning. May Lascelles' soul be tormented forever and forever. Got it? In this next report, I carried a report on Saturday, May 14, 2022. It was about an incident that took place the previous night. Friday, May 13, about some minutes to 12 midnight. It took place at Outrage Sports Bar on Macatee Street in Montego Bay. The allegation is that an off-duty police constable, his name is Waeyvel Lindo Phillips. He is now 32 years old, and at the time, he was stationed in the Hanover Division. Constable Phillips, he was in a bar when he got into a conflict with a young man named Kadmar Beadle. Kadmar was 34 years old at the time, and he lived at Tucker Irwin in the parish of St. James. While they were in the bar, an argument developed between Kadmar and the policeman. It is alleged that Kadmar, he pulled a knife and stabbed the police constable in his abdomen. The police constable, Constable Phillips, he then pulled his gun and opened gunfire, hitting Kadmar to his upper body. Both Kadmar and Constable Phillips, they were assisted to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where Kadmar, he was pronounced D3AD. The policeman, Constable Phillips, he was admitted in a serious condition. We are learning that the next day, some residents, they blocked the Jarrett Street main road in Montego Bay. They were protesting against the police shooting of Kadmar because, according to them, even though Kadmar stabbed the policeman, the shooting was unjustified. In Indicom, they commenced investigations and they submitted a file to the DPP for a ruling. On Friday, April 12, the DPP ruled that Constable Phillips, he should be charged for murder. Constable Phillips, he had resigned from the JCF and he was now living overseas. But on Wednesday, November 13, Constable Phillips, he returned to the island. He was charged on Monday of this week and he was taken to court where he was offered bail in the sum of 400,000 Jamaican dollars with up to 3 sureties. And listen me now, listen me carefully, because if Constable Lindo was not a policeman, I would be saying the same thing that I'm gonna be saying right now. In my book. Yeah man, in my book. Self-defense. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. In this next report, a man, his name is Allan Rattigan. He was a 72-year-old retiree and he was living at a gated housing scheme off the Breadnut Hill main road in Senton, about 7 minutes drive from Ocho Rios. We are told that mostly returning residents own homes on that housing scheme. Mr. Rattigan, he lived at Lot 97, Pyramid Point. Mr. Rattigan, he lived alone and we are told that he was suffering from Parkinson's disease, hypertension, kidney problems and other medical issues. On Monday morning, November 18, about some minutes to 10 o'clock, Mr. Rattigan, he called the security guard to the gated community and told him to allow a guy named Omar onto the housing scheme. He told the security guard that the guy was coming to his home. So-called Omar, he turned up driving a black Toyota Wish motor car. Our information is that the license plate on this motor car, it is registered to a rent-a-car company in Clarendon. The guy who gave his name as Omar, he was allowed onto the housing scheme. We are told that he went to Mr. Rattigan's home where he spent about 15 minutes, then left. Later in the night, about 10 o'clock, Mr. Rattigan's caregiver arrived at the house only to see Mr. Rattigan's lifeless body lying on the floor in his bedroom with his hands, his feet and his mouth tied up with pieces of clothing and an electric cord. Mr. Rattigan, he was dressed only in a black t-shirt and blue underwear. He was D3AD. The police, they were called and they commenced investigations. And they're trying to identify who this so-called Omar, who may have killed Mr. Rattigan, is. We are also learning that Mr. Rattigan's iPhone and a few other items were missing from the house. The mayhem. This one, it took place yesterday afternoon. Tuesday, November 19, almost 3 o'clock. It took place along the Brayton Main Road in Portmore in the parish of St. Catherine. We are learning that a man, his name is Joseph Samuel Lewis. He was a 62-year-old businessman and he lived at 2 North in Greater Portmore. We are told that Joseph, he was sitting under a tree in the vicinity of K&C Superette when he was approached by hoodlums who were armed with guns. The hoodlums, they opened gunfire hitting Joseph to his face. They then made good their escape on foot in the area. Joseph, he was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital by residents where he was admitted in a serious condition. But Joseph, he died at minutes to 4 o'clock whilst he was being treated. The mayhem. This next incident, it took place last night, Tuesday, November 19, about 9:30. It took place at Pollington Pub at Bay Bottom in the Old Harbour Bay area of St. Catherine. Our information is that a birthday party was being held at the pub and several persons were in attendance when several gunshots were heard being fired. When the smoke was clear, 2 persons, a male and a female, they were found suffering from gunshot wounds. The male, his name is O'Neil Fogah. He received gunshot wounds to his upper body, and a 21-year-old female known as Torian, she received gunshot wounds to her left thigh. O'Neil, he died on the spot. The police, they rushed with the female to hospital where she was treated and admitted. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 8 9mm and 3 M16 spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem. This next incident, it took place early this morning, Wednesday, November 20, about 12:30. It took place at the Charles Garden Market in Montego Bay in the parish of St. James. Our information is that gunshots were heard being fired in the vicinity of the market. As a result, the police were informed. When the police went and made checks, the lifeless body of a female was found lying on her back in a pool of blood at the back section of the market near to the Barnet River. When this female was inspected, it was revealed that she had received gunshot wounds to her upper body. She died on the spot. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 3 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. Now, up to the time of recording this video, I hadn't gotten a name for the female, but she's said to be in her 50s. Slim built, of a dark brown complexion, about 5 feet 6 inches tall, with dreadlocks hairstyle. She was dressed in a multicolored tights and a blue blouse. If and when I get her name, I'll be updating this story. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also. Hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be one of the first to be notified. In the final report for today, this one took place last night, Tuesday, November 19, about 9 o'clock. It took place at Caledonia District, heading up to the hills of Darlistan in the parish of Westmoreland. Now, that man on your screen, his name is Balfore Williams, but many persons know him as Barja or Ray. Barja, he was born on July 23, 1967. 57 years old, and he was a businessman living at Caledonia District. He operated a bar known as Tapatap Bar at Caledonia, and he also operated a rent-a-car business. We are told that Barja, or Ray as he was called, he currently has a case in the courts. He had rented someone one of his cars, and the person met in an accident with that car. Insurance covered a part of the cost for the repairs, but the guy who had rented the car, he refused from paying the balance as was agreed via the rental contract. We are learning that Ray, he took out a lawsuit in the courts, and since then, threats have been directed at him. Last night, Ray, he was in his bar when a motorcycle with 2 hoodlums rode up and stopped. One of the hoodlums came off the bike and entered the bar. On entering the bar, he pulled a gun and juked down Ray and demanded money from him. A tussle ensued with Ray and the hoodlum, who opened gunfire hitting Ray to the right side of his chest. The hoodlum, he then stole a box containing money from behind the bar counter. He then ran out of the bar and jumped on the bike, and he and his crony, they made good their escape towards Sabana-la-Mar. Ray, he was rushed to the Sabana-la-Mar hospital where he was pronounced D3AD on arrival. We are told that when the police processed this crime scene, 2 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. So the question is, was this a robbery or was a hit placed on Ray or Barja, as he was called? The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Vlog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them block out can't tame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane. Everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, what a shame. But me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a play blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them